In this episode, there is no need for a steering wheel and I will hold a spray. Welcome back. In the previous episode we managed to completely remove the rust from the underbody of my cheap 20-year-old BMW 7 Series and save some rusty suspension parts such as differential, some hydraulic pipes and the active sway bars. And the next challenge starts now. In this episode we begin the most ambitious parts of the build, transferring all the luxury from my donor BMW 7 Series with the individual merino interior, a car that cost me £2,300. Yeah, my cheap BMW is getting more expensive. Even though the parts from my donor 7 Series don't look luxurious at the moment, that's a problem we're going to tackle. The goal: to replace the entire interior for the ultimate driving experience that the BMW Individual package offers. We're talking about the incredibly comfortable seats upholstered in leather from Bavarian cows, the Alcantara upholstery, which was luckily saved in one of the previous episodes, and all the other leather parts like the dashboard, steering wheel and so on. Next, we'll swap in a high-end for its time BMW adaptive suspension system that shares technology with the Rolls-Royce to offer this 20-year-old BMW a level of comfort and composure worthy of a Rolls-Royce. This episode is the first step of the interior disassembly. This is essential for the wiring installation of all these upgrades, and we'll also be tackling leaking sunroof. And in a cool coincidence, this BMW is 20 years old, just like YouTube, who sent me this t-shirt to celebrate. So let's mark the occasion by starting this huge upgrade. Let's get this interior apart. As you can see, there was already some professional who wasn't afraid to use a lot of glue. For cleaning of the dashboard frame, I will use the Liquimoly Rapid Rust solvent. Little vacuuming. So here is the look on partly stripped interior of the 7 Series. Time to start with the upgrades. I'm not going to details with where every wire is exactly going, since it will be boring, extremely long, and even if you wanted to use it as a manual for your 7 Series, it's more likely that it's not going to work for you, since different years of production have different places where to connect a wiring. The first very important upgrade will be the adaptive suspension. This is the complete set of wiring loom, 3 vertical acceleration sensors, which are crucial for the system to adjust damping force for better comfort and performance. Next, there is a power relay and EDC module, or exactly electronic damper control module, which is the same module used in the Rolls-Royce Phantom. It calculates and adjusts the damping of shock absorbers based on data from sensors. You see, boring stuff again. The main thing is that it's going to drive very well. And we can't forget the adaptive shock absorbers. It probably isn't a great idea to use the old ones, even though the Donor 7 Series rode comfortably. The safe bet is to source new ones to get the system working perfectly. But we'll see about that along the journey of this project. Along with the EDC, I'll also be installing a night vision system, which I sourced from another Donor 7 Series. The kit includes the main module, the camera itself, an activation button, a lower grille with the cutout, and of course a lot of wiring. However, there is one key component I'm missing, a special activation module. This feature is permanently locked to the original car's VIN. So, to get it working in my 7 Series, I'll need to buy a separate bypass module to finally activate it. Here you can see the EDC and the night vision system wiring test fitted and hanging ready for final routing. I'll also be installing the illuminated individual entrance covers, which will need to be wired into the door harness. finally, for the sound system, I'm staying true to the original, period correct upgrades. I'll be installing the factory aux input wiring and radio unit from the donor car. This will let me play music directly from my phone, which is far more convenient than constantly swapping CDs in this day and age. To complete the suspension, I'm upgrading to the highest factory spec available for the E65, the air suspension system for the rear axle. This was top-tier option pairing a standard front spring setup with a self-leveling air system in the rear. I have almost the complete kit, including the module, air compressor, sensors and wiring from the same donor 7 series that supplied the night vision system. The final pieces I'll need to source later are the air struts with the EDC functionality themselves, which will likely be the most expensive parts of this upgrade. Here you can see all the harness with whole system just test fitted in the boot. And here is the final result. The main goal of this entire project has been to make every upgrade appear as if the 7 series came with all these features directly from the factory. New tray for the parking brake actuator. Now we're going to put the boot area back together. Never use 20-year-old spare wheel. The Logic 7 amplifier along with the video module will be installed later on. Same applies for the parking brake actuator. Now it's time to tackle a crucial problem, the sunroof. I've discovered the sunroof seal doesn't seal properly and it's been letting water into the car. So the old seal has to be replaced. Along with that, we're going to take this opportunity for a massive upgrade. The worn out original headliner will be replaced with this beautiful Alcantara one from the Donor Individual 7 series, which has gorgeous stitching all around that is going to create a far more luxurious driving environment. In order to remove the headliner, the sunroof glass and sliding panel have to be removed. It was a windy day and I couldn't properly attach my camera to the roof, so I'll just describe the work I did on it. 4 bolts for removing the sliding panel, small torque screws from the mounting frame, and now the old headliner can be removed through the rear door. Again, little bit of vacuuming. We cannot forget the sunroof drains. Check out the rear sunroof drains. They're completely clogged with dirt. This is exactly why water ends up in the cabin. Even though it takes a lot of disassembly to reach them, cleaning them is absolutely necessary. Well, I've discovered exactly why this sunroof was leaking. The previous seal had been replaced, but it was installed completely upside down. It means that instead of channeling water safely over the edge, it was directing the runoff directly onto the adhesive tape, which eventually broke down and failed under the constant moisture. The fix is simple. Just install the new seal correct way. Removing of old adhesive tape, new sunroof seal, the surface cleaned and degreased, and the new seal nicely installed. And that's where we're going to stop for this episode. We've managed to get a huge amount done. The new sunroof seal is fitted, the old headliner is out, and most of the crucial wiring for our luxury upgrades is successfully installed. In the next episode we will go even further. There will be more disassembling, we will upgrade floor carpets to individual one, some cleaning, and finally start getting the interior back together. If you are enjoying the journey, make sure to subscribe, like and leave a comment, as this will help this channel grow. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next episode.